Ladies and gents, welcome. We've got some Low Elo Legends. Now, I had a little bit of a preview of about a minute, and watch Blue go crazy here, okay? Obviously, I rolled back so we could start the game. So Blue starts off with one house, and then says, I got housed a lot the previous game, so let's add 1 more, 2 more, 3 more, 4 more, 5 more. You know what? Let's just spend all of our wood on houses. Nice little ring of houses here for Pato Benado. Benado? I don't know. We've got Pato here, all right? Playing against the Magyars. And then up against Pato is FT Looter. 89. All right, playing against the Berbers. A fun matchup. I think these civilizations are very suited for low elo. Not necessarily for the eco side of things. Neither civ really has crazy eco bonuses, but mainly for the units. I feel like stable units are strongest for low ranks players. And Berbers and Magyars have plenty of that. Now, it's Mega Random, and Mega Random's given us a rather unique generation here, you could say. There's lots of stone and gold, and even berries. It's all, like, super cramped right next to their TC. So, you know, you move out beyond that, there's actually not a whole lot. Like, I'm looking around, there's 2 tiles of gold in random spots. But the main of the stone and gold would be here. So, let's just say a castle drop on either player's TC would end the game. I don't think we'll get there necessarily, but maybe we could. You know, they also have lots of food options, right? You've got the water buffaloes, but then also 3 rhinos. So I don't know at this elo if they're going to be taking rhinos, but I imagine they most likely will be taking them. These days, even sub 500s are taking them. Whereas, like, you know, a couple years ago, people were scared of these things and would just choose to farm instead. I do not like how the water buffaloes consistently groan at you. Anybody else? It's very loud, but it is not as bad as llamas. Llamas are always, like, screeching at you. Like, you could have 1 llama in a group of 20 sheep, and you're going to hear that llama. That llama's going to stand out. Now, Blue obviously spent all the wood on houses. So I imagine it's going to probably need to collect wood from the straggler trees here. Can't afford a lumber camp or anything else at this point. Red has definitely gone for a more standard approach. Telling me maybe FT, you know, watches some vids here or there, has a general idea of things to aim for. I mean, this map is brutal. Where are the freaking trees? Where are the trees? There's 514 trees? Is that actually it? Hold on. No. There's different types of trees. Still, I feel like only 1,000 trees is not a lot. But yeah, you know, like Red with the 2-house start, a lot on food, and then moving over towards the wood with a lumber camp is pretty promising. Would this be a good demolition ship map? It could be a good demolition ship map, because this is, and thank you for bringing it up, because I just didn't talk about it yet. This is terrain that is passable by ship and land. So, you know, you could dock it. I wouldn't necessarily suggest it unless you want to go for the style points. But, you know, I had a video recently where you could use this terrain and go for some demos. Like a couple demos through the middle, maybe? Could be really good. Sully Buns, thank you very much for the 48 months of subscribing, and said crab like 40 times. No text-to-speech for, well, you're the reason, actually. People like you are the reason. Thank you, Greg, as well, for the 2 years. Thank you, Janchis, for the 7 months. You'd like to hear each crab. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like a jerk. You have sub for 48 months. It feels like you're worthy of a couple crabs, you know? I'm going to integrate text-to-speech at times. Just not today. Just not today. I gotta figure it out. I think it'd be good to be able to do it on some days, though. But in-game, maybe for, like, big force nothing games on community game days or something. So, you know what's kind of fun here, guys? So a lot of people were maybe a little critical of Blue, and like a little, let's just say it was notable. It was obvious that there were lots of houses at the start for Blue, right? And that's a little uncommon. But look at Blue's idle TC time. 3 seconds. This is really good. And I've noticed Red has gotten population capped a couple times. Now this time Red made 2 houses because Red was like, dang, I'm sick of this. But, you know, I think it's worth pointing out that the approach from Blue definitely helped the efficiency thus far. And these villagers are going to town on the rhinos. And Rhino's going to be brought underneath the TC. Bam. So again, not a lot of wood on this map. We'll see if blue eventually makes a lumber camp. Red obviously has already done so. And I expect resources collected to be rather close. I think this is Auto Scout here. Yep, chat, you know what to do. Auto Scout going to town here. Good stuff. And is blue going to be doing the same here? Blue Scout is moving awfully Auto Scouty here. Oh yeah, and it started in the right corner. That is definitely Auto Scout. This Scout has been Auto Scout for a long time. You know what's very satisfying, guys? If you look at the mini-map, and I love how you can see Blue's little ring of houses from so far away. That's really satisfying. Okay, here we go. Same 14 villagers after a Rhino. I, too, would want friends to attack a Rhino. I wouldn't want to do it on my own. And, okay, now everyone's bumping into each other. Efficiency is getting a little awkward and stressful. And, you know, I'm wondering if Blue's going to make a lumber camp, and there we go. All right, not too bad. Use the straggler trees to get the wood. We'll now make a lumber camp. Everything's good. Speaking of long-time subs, thank you for 69 months, Trirem. Appreciate it, man. Nice to see you around. Man, they're going to need to move around for wood big time here. No barracks or anything yet. I mean, there is a lot of wood in the bank here for red. Dude, look, red with the more traditional approach of bringing in the rhinos, but oh god, that Ville's dead. That Ville's dead. That Ville's dead. That Ville is super dead. Oh, come on, game. Come on. That's so unfair. I hate it when that crap happens. That is not your fault, Red. That is not your fault. That is life just being life. Let's rewind and watch this again. How many people can relate to this? So there's one weak villager in a group of 8 in here, okay? Now, obviously, Red struggled a little bit, forgot to garrison, finally garrisons, just in the last moment, and then, of course, the Rhino attacks the weak one right there, and villager goes down. I mean, this villager didn't die, so that's good. But, yeah, I think we've all been there. All right, in the next stage, big question, what will Red do? Especially after losing a villager. Will they mourn that villager? Will they hold a funeral service of some kind? Doesn't look like it. Oh, yo, are you kidding me? Ooh. Okay, so again, you can dock this. There's no fish here, though, so you can't really, like, add fishing ships to find immediate value. And Red went for the wood upgrade, which is kind of funny because all the trees in this area are going to be gone in a second. Also the farm upgrade, so I thought we'd see farms. Maybe we still will. But we've got docks on the back, which could be a couple things. Like maybe Red wants to make some navy and sit it over here. Or maybe Red wants to make fishing ships and make fish traps. I mean, Loey the Legend players have a lot of time. Look at the efficiency on this. A lot of this comes back to the map gen, honestly. The berries being right next to the stone didn't do blue any favors here. The house as well, though. A bit of a concern. Oh, geez. Red is making fishing ships, guys. Really? Does Red know about fish trapping, or does Red just see water and is Red gonna look for fish? Oh, no. Where are we going? Dum-da-dum-da-dum. Going out to do my job. Hey, listen. Might not be a good day for fishing, but you've still got to go out there. You might catch a big one. You don't know. Sorry for the lag there. That was a little weird. Red, are you going to scout with that fishing ship? Red unqueued all the other fishing ships. I actually think Red is going to use this fishing ship as a scout. Now, it doesn't know where the enemy is, by the way. And Blue is continuing the great house circle of 2023 over here. Yo, no, I say thanks for the 2 months. Poohee, welcome back for 47. Undead Phil, thank you. Antasia, welcome. Souls, thank you. You know, it's wild, guys. It's wild to me that we are... Well, 2 things are wild. It's wild to me that I've been back on Twitch for a month now. Time has just flown. But also, it's wild to me that we will be in 2024 soon. Where is time gone? We are so old. Where's the fishing ship? Okay, that's not the fishing ship. This is the fishing ship. Yeah, fishing ship is scouting. You gotta love how Red is not manually scouting at all. This is an auto scout game, but red chooses to manually scout with the fishing ship of all things. There's just something funny about that. I'm noticing they don't want to farm until their berries are finished. And I mean, in all fairness, there's tons of berries, but some players, don't like to mix tasks. Like pros would be farming while also taking berries. But these two are like, why do that? And my goodness, we are now going to have a transport ship from red. I mean, we might see everything out of these docks from red. Red really trying to experiment with the water. I mean, the idea of a transport ship is to pick you up in one location and take you to another, right? Okay, now red canceled the transport ship. The docks have confused red massively. Red is so unsure on what to do right now. But anyways, oh geez, yeah, everybody build that market. There we go. Oh, okay, yep, everybody works together in this economy. Hammer, yep, okay, all right. Everybody does it, not just a couple. You do it with a couple, that just shows that you're not in this together. Yeah, let's just build that barracks and blacksmith and then market with every single lumberjack. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I feel like the docks have confused red a little bit. That's what I was talking about. All right, blue clicked up to Castle Age already. This is, honestly, I'm really impressed. 32 seconds of TC idle time. I think, like, maybe blue struggles a little bit more on maps where you don't have the 3 rhinos, all the water buffalo, and the double berries. But blue has been very resourceful and has used that food quite quickly here. Enemy scout. A reaction here from red. And everyone's back to work here. So, again, docks from red. Red's going to buy the food, so red knows about Castle Age. And queues up Castle Age, and even cancels villagers there. Those are, like, small things a lot of people don't really do. Okay, supplies is on the way. Supplies completed for Pato. Does Pato know what that does? I don't think so. I think it just looks cool. But we do have Man-at-Arms as the follow-up, so if it's going to be infantry or militia line specifically, the cost will be a little bit cheaper now that supplies is in. Blacksmith upgrades coming in. Planning ahead here for blue. I don't think blue has a specific plan at all, though. Again, I mentioned, with the way these bases are laid out, a castle drop would end the game. Like an offensive castle. I'm liking the fact that blue has farms. Especially, like, using this time to farm is huge, because when you're in Castle Age, that's when you can do a bunch of other stuff. Like, this is your time to seed farms, red. They found each other. Did blue just click that scout? I think blue... No, that's just still auto scout. Okay. Still auto scouting. I see someone in my Twitch chat asking what the ELO is. It's on screen, right next to the player names, if you missed it. Blue just hanging out. And oh my god, red. Red's not going to go for 1. Red's going to go for 4 archer ranges. And again, uses all of the villagers, all 15 of these villagers to build these archer ranges. Now, anything you could make out of an archer range, at least for now, costs wood. Which is awkward because red just bought wood. It continues to buy wood. Because the lumberjacks are all building right now. So I would, red, just a small suggestion. Live your life, live your dream, right? But maybe don't build this with your whole wood economy. Just have, like, 3 or 4 build it. The red's like, we want those archers now! Or skirmishers, maybe, I don't know. Berbers can also make genitors. Oh, wow, okay, they're both doing the same thing here. And murder holes coming in for blue right now. Players love that attack at low elo. And I sense a defensive castle. The idea of murder holes is if someone's beneath your castle, you are still shooting them out of the murder hole. So, yeah, definitely waiting for the stone here. Definitely waiting for the stone. And I can't get much higher, man. Come on! Blue! And the castle! 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 Okay, well, just give blue a second. Thank God I didn't continue to keep trying there. I would have really struggled. We're gonna have skirmishers here out of these ranges from red. Not sure if red saw something specifically that made skirmisher be the choice here. But I do have a theory. All right, and my theory, as we see a new TC here from red, that's really good to get more wood. My theory is, like, when I remember learning the game, right, or like playing the game early. I don't know how much I was learning at that time. And I compare a skirmisher to an archer, and I think, what would I rather get hit by? I would rather get hit by an archer because it's just one arrow instead of a giant freaking javelin. The skirmisher, it's got a shield, which the crossbow does not, and it's throwing a javelin. And they throw it basically the same distance. So, like, when you look at the unit, I personally, I didn't see the vulnerabilities the skirmishers would have because, it's not, I wasn't looking at the stats. So I think the skirmisher actually looks like a better unit. Now, obviously, we know this is good against archers. It's very vulnerable against other things. But, I imagine that could be something that red is thinking right now as well. I don't know, does anyone else have anything like that where you thought a unit was really good when it wasn't, or you thought a unit was really bad when it wasn't? I think blue is saving up for the Imperial Age, by the way. Blue has stopped producing villagers at 40, has fallen behind, but the resource balance is looking really nice, and the buildings are there too. Oh god, okay, alright, well, and then red's gonna be like, see, skirmishers are insane. Blue, I thought you were gonna build the castle before. Now I'm wondering if you're going to build a castle. Okay, panic. Yep, you drop off that wood. There you go. Drop the castle. Okay. Honestly, should be fine. Maybe another villager or two goes down, but against skirmishers, doesn't kill villagers that quickly. And this will probably freak red out. Castle's on the way up. Red wants to deny this. And players will recognize the strength of castles. And red's going to kill 2 villagers, but then the castle's up, and red has to run away. Now, if you're really trying to think about, how to apply pressure, you got to think, okay, I void this area then, and hit the other areas. And obviously, there's lots of areas to hit. Not sure it's going to be so easy for red to manage that. Castle's done a really good job there, and blue even researched ballistics. Blue even researching Bodkin arrow. I think blue's going to go full castle defense. And here come the same 15 villagers from red that have done everything together. They well, they didn't farm. They chopped wood together. They built archery ranges together. They built this entire town together. And here come the villagers. And red's like, how do you like them apples? Yeah. I was a little worried red's castle would go down there. So, forward castle from red to hit the wood. And oh, no, Pato! Bad Pato, back away, please. Oh, God, I mean, blue's knowledge of the technologies is insane. Treadmill crane does make you build faster, but that's going to take 40 seconds to complete here, blue. At what point does blue leave here? Actually, blue's castle's going to go... It's going to go up. And watch red drop another one right next to it. Red's like, oh, this is the type of game we're doing? I know, I can play that game. Please don't build it underneath blue's castle, red. Castle from blue gonna go up. Just barely. Oh man, this is gonna be wild. So normally I would look at this, and these villagers have the right idea, they're gonna leave. Normally I would look at this, and I would say, well, blue's going to be an imp with 2 castles versus 1 and can make trebs. Blue just lost all the wood economy. Blue can't make a treb. Now, I think blue could use the market to buy and sell some things, but like, this gets very interesting. Red is going to continue to make skirms. That is red's unit of choice. And I'm seeing these villagers move. Okay, they're going to go build some stuff over here. I mean, red hasn't clicked up to imp yet. You gotta think blue's gonna be able to maybe make 1 trebuchet here. Murder hole's obviously in for blue, so blue's castle's not taking any damage from red's castle, and you can see it murdering through the holes there. But yeah, like, in these scenarios, you really have to rely heavily on the market for your timings, because otherwise, those castles aren't doing a ton for you. And right now, I'm just seeing these 3 lonely villagers walk back and forth with the way. Oh no, don't reseed that farm! Auto reseed strikes again. Have you guys ever had that happen? I think you have to be, like, at least moderately experienced to sense that happening in the moment. But it's like sometimes when you have a wood shortage, your villagers just keep reseeding farms is really rough. Like, pros won't have auto reseed on at all until the very late game because, you know, wood is an important resource here. But I don't know, maybe blue looks at this and thinks that I could take down these castles no problem. And honestly, the castles are kind of going down already. Red is adding rams. Oh, geez, this is crazy. Okay, so there's a couple different things to talk about here. So obviously blue's can't afford trebs right now. But if blue makes Magyar Hussar do bonus damage against siege. So, you know, it's a nice idea to add the rams, obviously, if you're red. There's a chance blue could maybe defend from this. Now, of course, we'll see the castle. It could fire on the rams as well, and it is now. So Murder Holes is going to help a bit. But yeah, there's the first Magyar Hussar. Okay, where this Magyar Hussar is so important. If it's underneath the castle, this is clutch. Oh my goodness. And of course, you're an imp, right? And all the attack upgrades come in for free in each age with the Magyars. Okay, now the Magyar Hussar goes down. Blue needs another one. I think... Oh, this is so close, man! Red's got a big villager lead. But I think, like... I mean, blue is still creating villagers, right? Which isn't too bad. Okay, Magyar Hussar's gonna die now, so blue's gonna need another one. But this castle from red, it's getting to the point soon where the skirmishers will eject. Another Magyar Hussar on the way. Takes out the ram. Like, this cycle will continue. And meanwhile, these castles... Or this castle now is still shooting red's castle. Red... Gonna make petards! That's such a big move, actually! Now, I think controlling them properly is gonna be tricky. Oh, blue's also making a petard. Oh, man. Also, here... Hello, villager. Where are you going? Tell me that's to repair the ram. Tell me that's to... Oh, my God. Blue petarded the ram. Which isn't a bad strat, actually. Magyar Hussar is actually a good play. Red? Oh, God. Red is repairing the castle. Oh, geez. Red is using the skirmishers against the castle. Oh, no. The villager lead that Red has is disappearing. But Red's petard is there. It's standing next to the castle. He doesn't want to lose his life. He says the cause is not worth it. They're not that good to me. I'm not so sure I believe in an afterlife. Okay, castle's gonna go down for blue here. All those villagers have died, and now it is 1 castle versus 1. If only we had a treb here, blue. And now blue's adding the treb. And blue's getting masonry for more strength on the castles, too. But red's coming in with more rams. The Magyar Hussars need to happen here. And there is going to be one behind the treb. Okay, now does blue know about repairing? Props to red, by the way, for having this aggressive energy. I like it. Red could have just dilly-dallied. But red's really going for it here. I don't think blue can stop this. Those rams are going to be enough to take out the castle, I think. Oh, no, I take it back. Magyar Hussar are really strong. How did I forget? Skirmishers from red going in for the treb. Magyar Hussar need to take the ram, not the skirms. Blue's probably not looking. The castle from red. Getting the hits. This is so close. The ram goes down. The castle over here being repaired. No murder holes for red. The Magyar Hussar from blue is going to take the only repair villager. The skirmishers eject from the castle. Blue's castle is at 280 HP. And red's is at 160 HP. Red's pretty close to being able to use the skirmishers against the castle at this point. Oh, no. Oh, geez. The skirmishers have lured the Magyar Hussar out of position. Whatever will blue do? Oh, no. Oh, no. Are they both about to have 0 castles? Magyar Hussar denied. Wow. So we went from both players having castles to neither player having castles. Red's on the way to Imp, and Blue resigns! Blue resigns! It's actually a pretty close game. But, you know, Red's got the Rams, and Red's got the Skirms, and Red gets the job done. Wow. Holy crap. That was back and forth action, people. I didn't really know how that was going to go. That was wild. I mean, something people have said, and I'm not necessarily sure I agree with this. It does depend, but in general, maybe it's true. Something people have said is like aggression wins games at lower ranks because like people don't like to be attacked. Red certainly brought that type of energy here. Think about how Blue played the game. Blue was just like very defensive, like first tech in Castle Age, murder holes. You know, thinking of all the defensive techs instead of like really focusing on army. Now, if you look at Blue's resources, right before Blue decided to just nope out of this game, Blue has enough to still drop another castle, could still make Magyar Hussar. But does Blue know that Magyar Hussar completely wrecks skirms? What did Blue see in this game? Blue saw all the Magyar Hussar dying to skirms. Now that's because of lack of armor upgrades and maybe lack of bloodlines and because Blue was underneath castles and whatnot. But I don't think Blue necessarily has the knowledge to know that with these resources, you can actually make some Magyar Hussar, make some knights, and clear this up. But you need fight, right? You got to have fight, and Red had some fight there. Red collected a bit more in the way of resources that game. I love that from Red. Sending in the Rams, Skirms. I mean, again, Skirm unit choice. Probably not going to take Red to, pro level. Unless everyone he plays up against is archers. But Red made a ton of army. Most created unit was the Magyar Hussar for Blue. Most created unit was Skirmisher for Red. And Red made 45 of them. So, GG. Close game. I like how this was the Imp TC too. Like, this TC, there's nothing else around it. That's just there for Imp. That's pretty funny. But yeah, what happened to Red's fishing ship, by the way? Hold on. Red definitely had a fishing ship that it was just sitting here. Did he just randomly delete it? Oh, it's moving. Hold on. So at one point... at one point, Red started to micro the fishing ship and then realized this is useless and deleted it. I just love the attention to detail. I love the fact that Red actually put time and effort into that and ended up winning a game against Magyars with skirmishers. That's slowly the legends for you. GG. Did I miss any other stats here? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, Blue had the better KD. A lot of that was the castles, but still. That game was really close. So, Blue, if you rewatch that one, put in a little bit more fight there, and you're probably okay.